Namaskar, welcome to Ek Samvaad at Arunima Ankuran. Today we are delighted to be in conversation with Compound Archer Esther Kujur, an aspiring Paralympian. Warm welcome to you and thank you so much for joining us on Ek Samvaad.
Thank you so much, madam. It was my privilege to join you.
A word about Arunima Ankuran. Arunima Ankuran is an initiative for positive social change through self-development. The goal is greater well-being and happiness for all. At Arunima Ankuran, we believe that each person is unique and special in some way, that each person can make a difference, that each person can create an impact. And that's what inspires us to keep going. We are so fortunate to have an inspirational archer here today with us. So what we'll do is I'll ask you to take us through the milestones of your journey.
Yeah, as according to the career in archery, I have started playing since 2022. And after the 6th month, I shifted to the another ground where a female coach was very supportive as well as very knowledgeable into the technical things of typically compound one. And as under her, I have started playing. And soon after 6 months, she shifted me with her own bow. And that was the compound bow. And I have started playing since 2023 as an active player, participating in sports. And my first tournament was started with the women on Women's Day, and that was in March. And after that, I played well there and started with the victory. I made it 3rd place into that. And after that, in able category, all the starting career of my sports in archery have started in able category itself.
Wow.
And sooner, at the end of 2023, I played nationals in para nationals. And after that, I am right now playing in both the things. And since 2023, I played in the state level tournament in Bhandara. And after that also, that which I was telling to you is that I played in Amravati in 2023. That was my starting sports career into archery was in Amravati. I brought medal for the club. And then since that in nationals, I played in the same year, 2023 itself. I played for the para nationals. And then after the very next month, in 2024, in the January, I gave a trial for Paris Paralympic. It was the open top 8 selection things. And into that in January also, I made it in top 8 position. And after that, there had been was 3 phases I have to give. Was first phase, second phase, and third phase in the top most. And in the finalist, I made it at the 5th position.
Wow.
And if I would have been top 3, I would have gone for last year's Paris Paralympic. But at the very early career, you cannot make it that much. I'm looking forward with a great positivity. I'm leading myself with, there are too many things as being, you also know, being a sports psychologist, it's not just about the equipment practice. It is more than that. The mental emotion, and there are so many aspects which help to bring something greater for their life as well as for the society being a sports person. Yeah.
And you were also selected in senior state championships in 2024.
Yeah, recently, last month, I came back from senior state. If that was held in Kolhapur. And last month, this month itself, I came back from nationals also in para.
And as we speak, you're going to get an award. You're going to receive an award today, right? In the Khasdar tournament. Is that right?
Yes. I brought a bronze medal into that. Wow. And looking forward to get the prize today.
Congratulations.
In the able category,
So, we have just been looking at your achievements in archery, but when we met first, you were absolutely inspiring. And now I think we would like you to share your story, about how you've always been a sportswoman. You've been playing so many different sports earlier, and then something changed in your life. We would like to hear from you. So over to you.
Yeah. Uh, from childhood, I have been into sports, madam. From 9.5 years, when I was 9.5 years, I joined my school sports. That was football. And being into very good into sports, I was then, I mean, forced to get into different sports also, like uh, hockey during that school time. And I played more than 7 to 8 states during my 7 to 8 years of career in my school time. I was a very active scorer in my own school, and after completion of 12th, also I shifted into my Hislop College, and there also I became a color holder in football, hockey, sapak takra, chess. And during that time, many people think who are very good into ground, they are not good with the books, right? But with that thing, I am very exceptional category. To be very honest, I was very much fond of medicines, human physiology, human medicine, to be very honest. But I could not make out in NEET exam, and so I shifted into BSc. I did BSc, MSc, and during the course of that time only, I used to play too many sports: football, hockey, sapak takra, chess. Chess I took when I got an injury in 2000, in my last year of the masters. And prior to that, I shifted to Sapak Takra, and I played three nationals into that in the university level. I played three university in football, two university in hockey, and I achieved more than five university nationals in my that curricular activity. And due to that, uh, I got that opportunity to be called as a color holder in university. It was one of the very reputed uh, awards, you can say, or tag you get during your sports career, during your academic life. And in the meantime, my father was from Jharkhand, and people from Punjab, Haryana, and Jharkhand, they are very much fond of sports. And the reason why I am into sports is he took me to the ground. And the time when I realized that was my favorite thing, it already became my habitual activity. Later on, I get to know that it is a very integral part of my life. When I met with the accident, this all happened. I became a color holder in 2019, and in 2020, I was preparing for IELTS to move abroad, because one of my research paper in MSc was published in USA Journal. It was a medicine based only. I did my MSc in botany, and I told you this, I was very much fortunate, and it means I love to do something related to sports and medicines and all. But prior to that, I did something research into medicines, and that research paper was published in USA Journal. And during that course of time, even I was preparing to do something greater in PhD. So I was preparing for IELTS, applying to the abroad university, and during that course of time, I applied for DPharm, because during that COVID period, I got to know one of the things which will be very full-fledged in the future was the business of this pharmacy. And I enrolled into that. And the meantime, in the last second month of 2020, on my father's birthday, I met with a accident. I should say it was spiritual accident. I should not say it's a very, people say it horrifying accident or something the very that changed their life. Changing of life, it's all about our perception. It might be very willingly, or sometimes people do it unwillingly, right? uh, I think I have been very chosen for it, actually, I think. And that's why it is not very horrifying to me, but it was a very life changing. I learned much. I cried. I somewhere I think I should tell one slogan: positivity does not come to you by reading books or talking to anybody else. It is something beyond your imagination, beyond a human power. Once you connect to that supernatural power, by praying or doing meditation, you get that strength. And to be very honest, it is not something which you can attain. It is something you always have to work towards it. It's not about that incident, that during that moment only I hit that negativity. It's it's a journey. I think positivity and being brave, it's a journey. It's never be a thing that hit you and then you became. So it's always a journey, I believe, because after that also many people go through very hardship. There might be many bigger thing in people's life which cannot be, we don't know or we don't acknowledge, but it's always a journey. Yeah, on my father's birthday, I have been making it very special. I shopped for him, and I made meals for him actually. And in the evening, I was badly tired, and there was a cut off of water supply in our area. And I said, my mother, I'll bring water cans, and after that, I'll sleep, and then we'll do a prayer, and then we'll cut the cake. And but I'm very badly tired. Once I'll bring the water, let me take a nap for at least half an hour. And she said okay. And that was the only one work I have to left. I had left on his birthday. And I went, and my father was just sitting on next to the door, and he said, shall I come? And I said, it was on his birthday, I should not say no to him. Otherwise, I used to do everything by my own. And I said I should not say no to him because of his birthday. And I went, and we searched for the water can, and finally we bought it. And I took two water can. I was kept that water can in front of my leg. I was on moped, and it happened. That road accident happened under the bridge of Lohapul. And it was I met with the accident with the bus, and I don't want to name the bus, but he took the extreme turn, and there was a temple on my right hand side. My leg was stuck in between, and from the left hand side the bus was uh, putting his pressure on that. It was badly crushed, and my foot was laying on the indicator side during the course of time. When I got down, I was very shocked whose leg was hanging there. And when I see the fingers and the toes of it, I got to know that was mine. And me and my father was laying there for 15 to 20 minutes. Many people made the crowd there. Too much hodgepodge were there because my foot was too much away from me, and bleeding was there. I was not very much shocked. I was praying during that course of time. I had a belief that if I reached to the hospital, that thing would be sorted. And that time period of 15 minutes when I was laying on bed, my father was holding my leg. I could see my own flesh was waving due to the wave, due to the wind actually. And I could see my own body fat. I could see the blood was literally uh, badly was it was a very badly incident had happened. And during that course of time, I had a word. I just remember the word which I had with my coach. And during that time, I was actually planning for one of the big tournaments in of dew ball. Actually, dew ball is the another sports which I was preparing. I had a word 2 months back prior to this accident. I had a word with my coach, and I said within 2 months, sir, I would be best formed in the field. And he said, I believe in you, Esther, just work hard. When I met with this accident, nothing came into my mind. Just one word, the one conversation with I had with my coach, and I was thinking after this what I will supposed to say to my coach. And after that also, I just made my mind everything will be fine once I'll reach to the hospital. And 10 minutes happened, 15 minutes had happened, and just literally my thigh was shaking very badly after some time. And during that time, I became little panic. I led down to the road and I said, everything is finished. And and within fraction of second, I got up. I was just on a sitting position. I got up and I said, I still have two hands and one leg. I still have everything intact in my brain. I'll fight for myself. I'll write some bigger exam in my life, and I'll sit to the higher position. And by this leg, I could not continue my sports, but with my hand, I still can achieve bigger in my academic session. I just said this pickup line. I don't know from where it came. It was the spiritual thing, I should say. I was about to cry, and this pickup line had happened. I had a one conversation with myself, and everything was sorted. This whole thing happened, and during that course of time, when I hospitalized in the hospital, uh, big surgeon came, and he was surrounded me by many of his staff, and I was just with a very heavy voice, I said, sir, आप मेरा पैर बचा दीजिए. He said, जब आप आई थी तभी पैर बचाने लायक नहीं था एस्टर, but I will make much effort to save your leg, but if it does not work, we have to amput your leg. And I knew this word, what is mean by amput, and I just take that word very simply as a statement of a person. Then if he is such a big doctor could say this thing, जब तुम आई थी तो बचाने लायक नहीं था, so I said it was somewhere in my destiny to take it and accept it and move ahead. If you react, anything becomes bigger if you react badly. If you take it nicely, you can make much bigger out of that. And the same thing I did. I thought during that time I was not in a temperament, because my father right now is 70 plus. My mother is 67 years old. I have to think my reaction prior to them. So I have to be very, and I have to act. I was very socially forced. It was not said by anybody, to be very honest, during that time, how to react to keep somewhere in front of you. But I act myself little maturely, because my reaction will affect my parents also. So I take it in a maturity form, and I just made it. I thought it was somewhere in my destiny. Let's keep this all aside. Let's now think what I supposed to do. During that course of time, I underwent to 7 surgery, madam, within 18 days, and 7 surgery. And during that course of time, I was very much ready. I used to say after every surgery, doctor, आप पैर लगा दीजिए, मैं चलना मैं सीख जाऊंगी, आप चिंता मत करिए, मैं स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन हूँ. तो बोलते इतने जल्दी पैर नहीं लगेगा, अभी ये बहुत चीजें हील होंगी, फिर फिटिंग होगा, बहुत पेनफुल प्रोसेस होंगी. आई थॉट, आई वाज नॉट नोइंग कि इतने जल्दी फिक्स होता है क्या पैर. And during that course of time, I had so many hardships, but God was there, to be very honest. We could not make everything possible by our own. My parents were one of the greatest supporter to me. They never show that pittiness over me. Like you met with this, you met with this horrifying accident and you are gone. Because what I believe, to be very honest, in our society, in typical Indian society, if you are born a woman, they somewhere make you disabled person. If you are born in somewhere special category, then somewhere you became a disabled woman. Or after that, if you are somewhere physically challenged, again you will become somewhere very, you can say, poor in the society. But I was very much privileged. My parents never accept me the way the society had portrayed a woman should be. And I was very privileged and honored to be born into such a beautiful family. And I was very much blessed, I should say. I'm very over blessed by the Lord, because He never left me. And after that, I made so much remarkable journey in my life within these 4 years. I made it too many beautiful things in my life after that. Yeah.
So as you speak also, we can see how much courage and strength you are blessed with, and we are so grateful to have someone like you around us, a young person who has, risen from such a difficult time. And that resilience is something that all of us can learn from. You also spoke about your transition to archery. So I think it would be good for us to know, how did you start training? How was that process? And what are some of the challenges that you had to deal with before you came to where you are?
Yeah, actually, when I was hospitalized in the hospital, and during that course of time only, I was Googling what I supposed to do, the next move of mine. because it is a process. It will going to end, but after that you have to have a plan. There should be always a pre-plan of doing something. And during that course of time, I was googling what sports I should say. I made a clear statement like I should not do something with a very much too much heavy from the lower back, because my leg was artificial right leg. Left leg of mine was ACL tear since 2013 because of my football career. And since then I didn't operate it. So I had a mind something I have to do sports with the upper body. So I was just googling. I just made three sports like rifle shooting, archery, and the swimming. And then I got to know I already have something joint pains and all because of knee injury and this artificial leg. So let's skip this swimming thing. Then two things left: rifle shooting and archery. And I thought, being into a very middle class family, we should go with something financial stability or suitable one, right? So rifle is quite expensive. You cannot use that bullet again. But in archery, you can use arrow, reuse it. So in that simplified manner, I went for that archery field. I was into different ground. The parents was very much supportive during that time, but I get to know the coach was not very much positive. He was very self-centered. He was just helping me for his own benefits, not for my own career. And at the age of 25, a woman decided to restart his life in a it is very one of the very biggest and strongest decisions she could ever make. And during I had a word with him, sir, I'm already by academic very much stable and I could get a nice job because I'm already JRF, Junior Research Fellowship I was getting. And prior to that only, I was state and central assistant professor, entrance qualified also. And being into also settled career, I am started with this. I'm not wasting my time and your time. So I just got to know people, the environment is not suitable for me. I shifted to another ground, and there she is a female coach. And when I used to use one stick during that time, I could not able to walk because the reason of it is once you fix the artificial leg, you have to go to a training period of that. But when my leg was fixed in 2022, my mother got heart attack during that time. 3 heart attack on the same day. She went to coma for 30 minutes and she was hospitalized for 1 month. She underwent to bypass surgery. Prior to that, she was affected by COVID also. And that time was my training time when I fixed my leg. I approached to that training center, please fix my leg. Let my mother see it so she feel much better that my girl was walking by his own. So I forced that training center कि पहले मुझे दे दीजिए so that मैं fix कर लूँ पैर और मैं अपनी मम्मा को दिखा सकूँ because she is hospitalized in the hospital. That was one of the very hardest time, but God was there, to be very honest. We moved ahead, and by His grace only we made it till here, and she is very fine now. She sometimes usually gets hospitalized in the hospital, but with the great courage, वो मुझे देख के जीती है और मैं उन्हें देख के जीती हूँ. And with that, I continue with my leg and started the training. And this year, in 2024, I put on 67 kg. Not 67. I weighted was 67 kg. And within this 7 months, I made it reduced 12 kg by my own diet and training schedule, because I believe if you made a mind to become the best, you have to do the best, which the rest is not doing that. So I made it a very scheduled of my whole day, what to eat, what not to, at what time you have to get up, what meditation you have to do, at what time you have to take your gym, till when you are supposed to do your session of training. Even though my leg pains off, I take 5 minutes rest, and again I never show mercy on my own leg, madam. Actually, what happens, situation comes, and I usually say to my father is, अभी young है तो थोड़ा रगड़ के और थोड़ा पूरी तरीके से मेहनत करके देख लेते हैं. बुढ़ापा तो है ही, ये दुख रहा है वो दुख रहा है बोलने के लिए. So let me do in my way, and till now I made it. I got a very beautiful coach. She has a very good technical knowledge. She's the actually judge in archery also. She do a technical parts judging thing, and she is a very good coach also. She's very one of the biggest help outside my home. She is the biggest help to me, because whenever I go, I travel, she helped me out with everything. So that was such a biggest blessing to me at the same time.
Would you
So
like to
since
would you like to tell us her name?
her name is Pralisha Patel.
Okay. So that
Yeah.
is important, no? When somebody comes in, this is like you said, it's so many things happen in their own way when you are determined to achieve certain goals. She came along, and so you were just talking about a schedule, and I'm sure we would like to know how much hard work it involves. Tell us about your schedule.
Yeah, actually, now my schedule is I get up at 4, and at 4:30 I get freshen up, and then I do some prayer session I have.
Hmm.
Being a Christian, I go with the Bible reading and something worship session. And after that, I do some meditation,
Hmm.
and I take my warm water and then black coffee, and then I take a bath. And before that, I just take my parents checkup, like blood test,
Hmm.
and the BP check I do usually on of my mother and father. I give some little morning snacks to them, and then I just proceed with my meal, and then I hit to my session of my ground at 7 or 7:30, and then I proceed till 10:30 or 11. At 11 o'clock, I again go to the gym training session, strengthening one, because once you are tired, then that's the right time to train yourself mentally and physically also, to make your muscle as well as mentally. You should have that strength that you still can do much better.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then at 12 or 12:30 I end my session there, and then I'm come back and I just have something exchange of what I did and how a lovely day I had, give gratitude to Lord in front of my parents, exchange of thoughts and something good. Or half an hour I just go with something positive, audio book, I just read, or I just go with the half an hour of that, of motivational or audio book, something spiritual or something like that. And then at 1 or 1:30 I take my lunch, and then I take a proper sleep. And then again at 4 o'clock again I go with my schedule. uh, so for that also I have to get up at 3, and again I have to take my little bit warm water, and again get ready mentally, physically, to start my process again for at from 4 o'clock, and then come back at 8 o'clock. From there, do after the session I do little bit strengthening again there, 10 minutes relaxing session, and then at 8 or 8:30 I come back to my home, and then again I take my dinner at before 9, and then read something book for my PhD. I'm pursuing PhD right now, and or something, if I'm not interested to do go with the journaling of that, or going with the review of literature. If I'm not interested, I go with something diploma courses which I'm doing from Udemy, sports nutrition and sports psychology. I'm pursuing that from that also. So I just with this till 11 o'clock I do that, and then I go to bed.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your story is such an inspiring one. It's about self-belief, it's about resilience, it's about discipline, it's about dreams. Is there a message you would like to share with our viewers before we conclude?
To be very honest, it's all about once Disneyland, who made the Disney. He says, once you dream it, you can make it true. The same manner, nothing will come easier. Just sitting and thinking does not come to you. You have to work towards it. You have to go towards it. But with this, hard works, patience, self belief, and discipline. With these four things only, you can achieve that. There are many times, many players working for years, but once only they pick up that journey, victory trophy. But it is not that one day you became a champion. Every day you have to keep that championness mindset within you. You
Yes.
have to overcome your mindset, your troubles, your emotion, keep it aside and just think why you have started, why you are here to make the things, rest of the things worthful. So it's all about how you pick up yourself and take to yourself to there, because nobody will could do to you. There would be greater people, I believe, to be very honest. Being a sociologist, there are many aspects, but I'm very much fond of psychology. I would say if your failure, you are the only reason for it, but if you are successful, there are so many people helped you to reach there. Because in this being a Kalyug, we say if dil se tum pukarenge radhe, to you that Radha, and it means that God, Krishna Bhagwan will also come. It's all about, कलयुग में बोलते हैं बहुत पाप होता है, राइट? बट इन द सेम मैनर भगवत गीता सेज दिल से तुम पुकारोगे श्री कृष्ण को तो वो भी आएंगे. तो इन द सेम मैनर, इफ यू बिलीव स्ट्रांगली, इफ यू फील इट, or if you work towards it, that thing will also definitely come to you. But you have to keep the patience, discipline, and the hard working mindset and the self discipline that will lead you till there.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm in a need, being a sports person. Actually, we go through many multiple financial things, like we required sports equipment, as well as we required sports tournament sponsorship. Because if unless you don't execute everything in the field of competition, you cannot call yourself as a champion. So I'm looking forward to have a sponsorship from the society for the equipment. Or apart from that, I'm looking forward to get a sponsorship for my travel, tour and travel expensive. I'm looking forward it. If anybody gets a clue or wants to help me out, I'm very much privileged and very much thankful for getting your help from your end. And I'll let you know, I believe in karma, give and take. If I'm getting today, I'll make it the bigger out of that, and I'll serve to the country, and I'll serve to the people who are in needs. Yeah.
As you speak, we know, how much strength you are blessed with. Again, I'm saying all the very best to you for all the goals
Thank
that
you.
you have in mind. And we wish you a wonderful and successful journey, not only as an athlete, but as a human being. We are so proud to have you on Samvaad. Thank you so much for being here.
It,
God bless you.
it was my pleasure. It was my pleasure, madam. Thank you so much.
Keep shining, keep smiling, and stay strong.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly, madam. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.